All right, go ahead and get yourself comfortable.
Ketamine is a potent sedative and general anesthetic.
You'll feel a little disconnected from reality. It works by releasing the glutamate neurotransmitter. You may even have some hallucinations.
An injection of ketamine puts the patient in a trance-like state.
You may even see shapes and colors.
But how nurse anesthetist Steve Gettleman is giving the drug.
All of your vital signs look great.
At his Inglewood Infusion Clinic.
We treat patients with depression, anxiety, PTSD, OCD, suicidal ideation.
Stop. I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious.
Is very different than what happened to Elijah McClain.
Stop.
I have never given a dose of 500 milligrams in less than 2 or 3 hours. I'm shocked.
So when the ambulance gets here, we're going to go ahead and give him some ketamine.
Aurora paramedics injected McClain with 500 milligrams of ketamine, the entire vial.
We'll give that a couple of minutes. We'll see if that works.
A dose meant for a 200-pound person. McClain weighed just 143 pounds. The coroner ruled his death undetermined, but couldn't rule out a negative reaction to the drug.
The incident with Elijah McClain about a year ago really brought ketamine to the forefront.
McClain's death is why Aurora City Councilman Curtis Gardner pushed for a temporary ban.
It really demonstrates to the community we're taking this seriously.
But before that ban took effect, records show Aurora paramedics administered ketamine 25 times since 2018. Denver 7 Investigates found in nearly half of those cases, medics failed to estimate the patient's weight at all, leaving that part of the report blank. And almost every time a patient's weight is missing, paramedics are giving 500 milligrams, the maximum dose of ketamine.
It's important for me to make sure that when we're estimating weights for a weight-based drug, that we are getting those estimates correct.
Made aware of the doses that were used in those high-profile cases.
Dr. Daniel Janik is a local anesthesiologist.
We were concerned for the safety.
He's also on the board of the Colorado Society of Anesthesiologists.
Calling on CDPHE to temporarily suspend the excited delirium portion of the ketamine waiver program.
The state grants waivers for paramedics to use ketamine to treat excited delirium, a form of agitation normally associated with chronic drug abuse, mental illness, or both. More than 90 agencies have approval. Data shows medics have used the drug 902 times for excited delirium in just 2.5 years. And more than 16% of those cases had complications. In 2019, that rate jumped to 24%.
Very concerning.
It looks like it's starting to kick in.
Aurora paramedics said McClain was suffering from possible excited delirium. But, as Janik will tell you, excited delirium isn't universally accepted in the medical field.
I don't know for sure if it exists.
For those who say it doesn't exist, I would say that they have not lived in my world. It absolutely exists. And it is a medical emergency.
Dr. Christopher Colwell says excited delirium is real.
You see 8 or 10 people trying to control somebody and they still can't do it. It's that type of agitation.
Stop. Relax.
Stop. I'm going home.
Relax or I'm going to have to change this situation.
He says the more someone struggles with police, the more their health is at risk.
Developing severe illness and even dying.
Colwell was at Denver Health when Colorado started using ketamine for agitated patients.
Black Mamba increase in the summer of 2013.
Colwell says that and other drugs led to more extremely agitated patients in need of a higher level of sedation. And that's where ketamine came in.
I don't believe there is a better drug than ketamine for most of those cases.
Getting people sedated in order to actually assess them for medical reasons is the reason why we need to give this medication.
Dr. Andrew Monti is an expert on ketamine. He says while there's no question the 500 milligrams injected into McClain was a large dose for anyone his size.
I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious.
We should not be actually making ketamine the scapegoat for the underlying systemic racism and racial profiling that actually is what the issue is here.
But with such a high complication rate for treating excited delirium, Aurora's Mayor Pro Tem and medical experts are now calling on the state to do more.
We definitely need to do something, and we cannot let this continue as is.
The state recently announced it plans to review its ketamine waiver program. A group of experts are looking at the drug's safety. The review will last at least 12 weeks, and a final report will be made public. Much more to come. I'm Denver 7 investigator Jennifer Kowaleski.